Welcome back, denizens of the Omniverse. Today we're diving into episode 3 of season 1 of Alien Earth. The first 2 episodes that we got last week, I think overall, like I mentioned last week, I thought they were overall pretty solid. I think for the most part, it did a really good job at feeling like Alien while still doing a lot of things new. I do think there are some things that weren't executed, I think, in the way that they were hoping, or at least for me. But overall, I still really thought they were mostly pretty solid, at least enjoyable to watch. And there's a lot of really intriguing ideas that they have presented that I find probably the most interesting aspects of the show. And one of the things that I did want to kind of address here, because there seemed to be a lot of confusion, because I saw it a lot in the comments, was that this reiteration or clarification, unnecessarily so, of when the show takes place. Once we got the date in the show, it confirmed all I needed to know. I knew where we were from that point onward. That was the whole problem was, like I mentioned in the beginning, is like leading up to the release of the show, the showrunner who wrote and directed the first episode of last week, had said something completely to the contrary to what we actually saw in the episode, which is why I said, we'll just wait and see what the show says. You know, we'll let the show speak for itself, and we did. And that's when we found out the correct date. Up until this point, everything had been saying that it was 2 years before the original Alien film. That was what we were working with. But in an interview leading up to the show's release, just beforehand, he had said that it actually takes place alongside James Cameron's Aliens, which is the second film, which is what? 2179, if I remember correctly. He also said that the show would reference the original film. So that's why I was confused going into the show. But once we got the date, I was locked in with where we are. That has not been in doubt whatsoever. But yeah, like I said, overall, I think last week, more worked than didn't for me. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here. So let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check that out over on Patreon. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get a suggestion to vote what movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, helps do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3, Metamorphosis. Here we go. We didn't need to see the cat again. I'm sorry. We did not. I don't need to be reminded of that. That made me sad. Just want to reiterate, I like how we are doing the recaps like this. Okay, we've got some of these recontained. That's good.
5 previously undiscovered species collected, but the crew lost containment. Look with your eyes.
He keeps treating them like they're not kids. That little eyeball suck. Oh God. Our mega ticks are leaking blood in their canisters. Oh, whoa. What's going... Huh. What's that? What?
Why can't we keep our names?
I don't know, I think it's because we're a secret.
How come Peter Pan? Why didn't we get to choose?
I think just because Lost Boys, you know, they don't grow up.
They put us in grown-up bodies.
Yeah.
We're not even all boys, we're half girls. How come Wendy gets to be Wendy?
I like that they're questioning this. The humanity, man, the humanity aspect of this is going to be interesting.
Nibs is a good name. You know, in the book they're called Curly Pickles. It's always getting into trouble, you know, like into a pickle.
Well, at least Curly was in on the action. Toodles always missed everything because he stepped off around the corner.
I love that they're talking about this.
This is no longer a rescue mission. I want you to secure the site, collect alien life forms, and bring them back for study.
Oh my God.
How are my kids?
I have 3 of them with me. They've done well so far.
Including Wendy? Kirsch?
No, she went to find her brother.
I told you to watch her specifically.
Sir,
Yeah.
with all due respect, it's a crash site, and we're trying to contain an alien invasion.
Yeah, it's
All I'm hearing are excuses.
dude, this guy is his own worst enemy right now.
So Wendy's just out there with all these things?
Yep. Probably with arguably the worst thing she could possibly be out there with. I don't know what this guy expected, you know, with all this, or what he's expecting right now. I like that at least he's acknowledged that they're kids. But then again, he gave the go-ahead for them to go out here. But Hirsch keeps treating them that they're no longer human, that they're no longer children. But that's just not the truth. Yeah.
Joe!
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, though?
Marcy, you gotta get out of here. It's coming back. Marcy.
Yo.
Stay behind me.
I'm the soldier. You're a kid.
Not anymore.
Marcy.
What is it doing?
No.
Oh! Oh! Oh no. Uh-oh.
Why is it doing that?
It's acid.
Oh! Whoo! That was a quick... Yo! That was quick reflexes. He was this close to losing his shoulder.
Marcy!
I love that he's full on accepted that that is his sister now. I mean, I think she did more than enough to kind of prove it. Oh! Oh! Well, I finally got my tail stab I've been waiting on. Any minute, Marcy. Any minute. Oh! Oh! Right on the inner mouth?
Joe, the door!
Synth got your tongue? God damn. Oh! Oh no! Oh, Yo. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. She did not get out of this unscathed, though I am kind of surprised she did as much as she did without getting acid on her. Because that would have been the worst case scenario. But what actually got her? Wow. Holy shit, man. That was insane. That was also a creative way to get around the budget, you know, having them scuffle behind that door. These synths, man, these things are beasts. These hybrids. So our Xeno's down, but we still have a whole collection of eggs prime for infecting. Or is there already another one? Oh.
Bro! Finally. Kirsch wants you, bro.
You scared the shit out of me, bro!
Hey! All right. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh no.
It's creepy as fuck out there, bro.
You said fuck.
You said shit.
Can you believe you're on a spaceship?
Yeah, underground, which is a dumbass place to put a spaceship if you ask me. Wait, all right.
That's why it crashed there, dude.
Eggs, I think.
Oh, dude. What? Oh, what? Dude, we saw this space bugs.
Space bugs.
That drink like all your blood. What? Right? And then we saw this super messed up octopus.
Octopus?
Eye monster.
Dude, come on, I can't believe I missed that.
Bro,
Oh, he's so jealous that he missed out on all of that.
what do you think is in these eggs? Like, really?
Not chickens. Check this out.
What? Check this out.
Turn around. Slowly.
Oh no.
What, is this your ship? Did you crash?
That must have hurt.
Did it hurt?
Quiet.
He's got to be a little
Like a
confused.
couple of kids. We are not kids.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not kids.
Sure.
What are you doing here?
That's...
It's classified.
Yeah. It's classified.
All right. Here's a scenario. You're the chief security officer on a deep space research vessel. This ship finds eggs. And when you take them onto the ship, they start to hatch, and monsters come out.
I think we should.
Yeah, sorry, Morgan. Okay, sorry, we're just...
What is he getting at here, man?
There's a feeling you get when the monsters come, and you can't. You don't help.
What
Commencing data transfer.
the hell?
Mother says the crew's life don't matter. Only the bounty matters. When you hear the screams, and all you can do is save yourself.
Are you a robot?
Wouldn't that be nice? To be all machine instead of what I am. What would you do in this scenario? Could you harm others? Or allow them to be harmed?
No, not like. Are they bad people?
Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if it was to protect someone like our friends or
Like our parents.
You don't know.
No, what?
Well, your bodies are clearly synthetic, but
Oh.
you think you have parents.
Oh, no, it's just because
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's why he's been acting like this. Oh, that's interesting. Cause this is I think the most peeled back we've seen him right now. He feels, even just being as cybernetic as he is, feels so disconnected from being human. And then he feels like this order, this compulsion, and he's wrestling with this could you, would you, shoulda, with the orders that he was given on the ship. And like he's carrying around the weight of the decision he made, or even just the actions that he took. And now he assumes that they were synthetic and stuff like that. So I think he's presenting this question, wanting to know what they would have done versus what he did, either to absolve or back up or justify whichever version or narrative about himself that he's created in his mind. Because even being mostly or even just part human still, we saw how some of the crew treated him in the last episodes as well, with this disdain, you know, it's just so this alienation. So it's almost like it's fascinating. I like this a lot because he was able to recognize immediately that they were synthetic, though they are not behaving at all like synths. And now he's just confused and trying to put this together. Ooh.
8%, 99, 100.
Dude, I wish we could just do that kind of shit, though. Download information into your brain.
Tell me what?
Oh, no.
What is a machine, not a machine?
Let him go.
Oh, ooh, whoa. Oh, he put whatever that was, he took off his fingernail onto his neck.
Hey, you're on my ship.
This ship, it's a ball. They got hit over the fence into the neighbor's yard. I'm the neighbor, so the ship belongs to me now.
Are you the parent?
Excuse me?
These synths, they think they have parents. Are you the parent?
We're not here to talk about what I am, Mr. Morrow.
Uh-oh.
I read the manifest. Lost a lot of friends, did you?
I don't have friends.
Everybody needs friends.
She won't let you have them. It's on this ship. She spent billions of people's lives. They belong to her.
Uh-oh.
If you're not careful, you're gonna belong to them.
That was a really interesting scene. A lot to read into on that one. Hey, I mean, for all we know, what he said about the bulk of the show may ring true if we end up with a massive time jump after all of this. Well, they have a dead one and a whole brood of eggs. I'm glad they brought him along, though. I mean, he knows too much now, right? See, I love how those two treat her like she's still actually alive. She's still human. Oh God, we're on this research island, right? We're gonna have our regular old Jurassic Park situation on this island at some point, I'm willing to bet. Contained solely to this island. Still burning. So if we're in Neverland, who's Captain Hook and who's the crocodile?
This is my fault.
It's no one's fault. She made a choice.
She's a child. I'm a guardian.
He made a choice. Not you.
Yeah, this isn't on her.
If you ask me, sending a $1 billion prototype to an active crash site is... What?
Oh.
Nothing.
Is highly irresponsible.
Look, it's your company. You can decide whatever you want to do. Please, grow a spine.
Enough.
Can you save her? We're doing tests right now.
Can I talk to her?
No. We're suspended her hardware at this site. Seems the safest option. I'm looking for her here.
He suspended her hardware at the site. The first thing he wanted to do was talk to her, though, because, again, that's what this is all about, creating his perfect conversationalist.
Was it worth it?
What?
What is that thing?
Risking a decade's work on something new and shiny.
Oof.
Mike, you're all so feisty today.
I think they have a right to be. A little bit.
On this ground to bring...
Oh, it detaches its little butt after it's got too much.
Life forms.
Should we really just have that out in the open? Okay, they have a cage, or a crate for it. We should probably go ahead and
Here you are.
slide that back in. It is twitching right now.
Hey.
Dude, he was willing to just stare down the barrel of that thing.
It's a parasite. The xenomorph lays its eggs. They wait for organic life to draw near, only to hatch some kind of proto-creature.
Oh.
The body in the cryotube was killed from the inside. The proto-creatures must have gestated inside a human host. Like you.
Lock it down. Nobody in or out who isn't synthetic. You're in charge.
As you wish.
Tell me about this security officer that you encountered. There's no sign of him at the site. We think he managed to slip through the cordon. We're circulating images we took from your retinal cameras.
A what?
Well, they didn't even know about
Your
that
eyes.
part.
We record everything you see.
Wait, shut up, really?
I don't think I like that.
Yeah.
It's one thing I didn't catch, though. What did he whisper to you at the end?
When is a machine not a machine?
That's all for now.
You'll find
What was
him,
that
though, right?
about?
Like, he's not gonna...
Going to what?
I don't know. Like, come here and kill us in our sleep?
Maybe.
Of course not. This is a secure facility in the middle of an ocean. He'll be dead or in custody by the day's end.
Oh, he tagged you with something. God, this is so interesting. I love how well these actors are playing these kids in adult bodies and stuff like that. It's so well done. The lead, though, Wendy, I think she's been knocking it out of the park. Killing it. Absolutely. But then you just get to see, obviously, how they think about themselves, what everybody else, and then you contrast that with the way that everybody else is treating them and how it's just so different. Like that almost like threatening way this guy came in there to interrogate them about what happened. Because I think he's trying to gauge how they feel about it or what they think about it. Almost in the same way as Morrow was. Because they are treating them as if they are items, objects, robots, synths. Almost disregarding the other side of it. And for our lead guy, for our boy Prodigy, it's just a means to an end for him. And he's getting all giddy about all the new information, anything new, anything exciting, whether it be from them or whatever, a challenge. That's all that really at the end of the day it seems like he cares about. And you have the doctors who actually care about Wendy, treat her as a human, because at the end of the day, when is the machine not a machine? Maybe when it starts to think, when it starts to believe, when it starts to feel. I love that question. And when does a human stop being a human is also another thing too. And again, it goes back to what kind of kicked this whole thing off. What makes a human a human? Is it the sum total of our memories? Is it our soul? Is it our spirit? Is our whatever? Who knows? God, it's fascinating the conversations this show's kind of having. And I'm very excited to see how it navigates all of this. I almost feel like he probably thinks that because of the decisions he's made, he feels like the world's left him with no choices.
I need to speak with you, Tani. I have code word clearance.
This is her. You used to know my grandmother. It's been 65 years, Mr. Morrow.
Oh.
I run the Enterprise today.
Right. The ship.
Now, where are my creatures?
Captured. Who is Prodigy?
A rival, run by a child.
I can get them back.
So they're that new that he's never even heard of them.
Gone a lifetime. Everyone I know is dead.
Yes, well, you should have read your contract.
I'm not complaining. I'm just telling these creatures they are my life's work, and I'm gonna get them back.
He's dedicated everything to all of this, so he's literally got nothing else. I don't know. I think that's an easy thing to forget in this series, is like how one trip through space could cost you your entire life. You freeze up, you cryo, you sleep for almost 100 years. If you ever even go home, anybody you ever knew is gone. Like the only people you ever know or knew or whatever really is the people on your ship.
You sent us on a mission. I'm here to report.
Sent Wendy on a mission.
But she got broken.
So here you are.
She's your favorite.
So too.
Oh God.
Smart people don't ask dumb questions, I thought.
She's my favorite because she was first.
My dad always threw the first pancake in the trash.
Because the first attempt isn't always the best one, especially when you're looking at technology. The first iteration usually is the one that has all the kinks, all the bugs. And that's the way she's kind of spending this right now.
Did it bother you that Wendy's my favorite?
I just think you're wrong. I'm the best.
Really? Why?
All she cares about is her stupid brother, but I think about things.
What kind of things?
The world, how to make it better. I have ideas.
What kind of ideas?
Uh-oh, this is what he wanted.
No way. If I tell you, you'll steal them.
Yeah.
True.
He's not even denying it.
I'm saying I think I could be you one day. More than you, maybe. But she doesn't care about that. I learned French.
When?
Last week. I asked Arthur to upload all the lessons. Je parle français.
Whoa.
Do you know what a prodigy is?
A child genius.
But what most people don't understand is what makes them geniuses is the fact that they're children. Children have access to a world of infinite imagination.
That's very true.
Like you.
Oh, maybe the intention was never to allow them to mature. Maybe that's why, part of the reason why he went with the whole Lost Boys thing. Maybe there is no, I mean, the doctors maybe have this intention to try to help age their minds, because they were talking about last episodes, like, because their bodies no longer produce hormones, their minds can't actually go through the change, like puberty or evolution, like to make it grow into the mind and maturation of an adult over the course of their time. So they have to figure out how to simulate that. But maybe that's not what he actually wants. He wants somebody that is perennially a child, but with the intelligence of a synthetic and all the knowledge at their fingertips, so they can use all of that with all the creativity and the lack of stifling that comes with living the world in the way that you do is, you know, when you become an adult, because a lot of that gets kind of chipped away. And what if you could just lock somebody in a permanent imaginative whimsy, but with all of this intelligence at the same time? That's honestly, it's terrifying, but it's clever.
Tell you what, I'm gonna give you some books to read, some recordings to listen to, some things to think about.
He's
and then
taking an interest.
We can get together.
She may be exactly the one he's been looking for.
Does this mean I'm your favorite now?
No, but you're in the race.
And now it's a competition. Oh no. Oh no.
Did you figure it out?
What the fuck?
My riddle.
Oh.
I figured out yours.
Oh. He's
that?
communicating with him.
When is a machine not a machine?
Uh-oh. Oh, that's eerie.
I don't want to talk to you.
I know. I'm sorry if I scared you before. I hadn't figured it out yet. Is there any way I can make it up?
Just leave me alone, please.
Well, he did. For now, at least.
Ask me how I figured it out.
Okay, never mind.
Figured what out?
Your riddle. How can a synthetic being have parents?
I'm not supposed to talk about that.
Said the child to the stranger.
That's what he was talking about. That's what he wanted him to admit.
I'm a parent, you know. A father. I had a little girl.
I have to go.
Of course. Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow.
No! I mean, no, I can't.
You said something very wise to me before. Everybody needs a friend. Will you be my friend?
Treat him like a child. And he might be able to manipulate him.
Please?
Okay.
Thank you. I feel so much better now. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
That is freaking wild.
When do we get to go home?
You don't.
God, this is making me uncomfortable. She's also like, what even are we? Why did they take our names? Why did they give us these faces? All of that. And she's just staring at herself in the mirror, looking at this face while thinking about what she used to look like, who she used to be. And now just being like, who and what am I now, you know? Oh my God. Oh. She was hearing it. She was hearing the thing again. She could still hear it. Oh, it faded. Nope. So very lightly there. I hope during the time he was taken, he didn't get anything implanted in him. Well, we have 6 potential facehuggers here, man. Plenty of humans in this base, too. Well, the experimentation begins.
Oh, we're going to see some interesting little variants, I imagine, then, if we do start using them on these other species. Oh, they just took his lung out. Well, I mean, he did get jabbed through the chest, so maybe it ruined one of his lungs. Dude, that is gnarly. Yo. Oh. What the hell? Yeah, she's locked in on their communication wave, their frequency. She can hear and feel their pain too, it seems like, as well. Oh, and the others are responding to its cries as well. Ooh. Oh, she was overwhelmed. And that's our little egg, our little larva. What are they? They just wanted some living tissue to test it on? Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. What a almost literal can of worms we are opening right now. This was this out of all of the ones we've gotten, this is my favorite episode. I really dug this one a lot. We've got our specimens. They've all been relocated back to the to our research facility, to our little island. Moro, still working for Yutani, is trying now to trace them down. And now we have the kids just reconciling and questioning who and what they are. Well, some of them actually aren't really at all. They're just kind of, you know, enjoying what they're all getting to experience right now to varying degrees. Like the two that were left behind with the eggs and all that, you know, they were just kind of like two kids having a good old time, sharing their little stories, missing out on what the other is, until Moro showed up and kind of scared them a little bit, especially once that they kind of gave away a little bit of what they are. And, you know, because he was confused. Like, he knew immediately they were synthetics, but they weren't acting like synthetics, especially when, you know, he was having that theoretical debate about what to do in the scenario that he was presented with himself. Did he do the synthetic thing, the human thing? Like, he was trying to wrestle with the morality of what he did, and he was posing it to them almost in a way to, like I mentioned earlier, either kind of reinforce or challenge his own actions. Because, again, I feel like he's like, because he's literally of two worlds, and all that he's lost, all that he's sacrificed in his commitment towards all of this, whether it be because he became a cyborg, we don't even know like the circumstances in which led him to being one. Was it an injury? Was it a decision? We don't really know yet. Oh, who knows? Maybe it was involuntary altogether. But he's like, he's lost everything on his quest for this mission, you know, for the job, for the company. And he's just like, that's all he's got left. Everybody who's ever known has long since grown old and died or whatever, because he's been gone from the planet for 65 years on this mission. So this mission is literally his life. It's all he's got left. That's how he's kind of rationalizing a lot of this, as well as what has led him to have a little bit of this disconnect from everything else. And now he's face to face with these synthetics
that are acting and behaving like human children and even believe that they have parents because they did at one point. That's where he's like, well, what does that mean? What does that entail? It's kind of piqued his curiosity and also kind of challenges what it means to be human for him as well, or to what he is at all. You know, because if they are this combination of the two things, like a synthetic body, human mind, and he still has his human body to some extent, and he's already feeling like he's lost himself. You know, it's starting off as this manipulation technique to, you know, get the information that he needs. So he's treating this kid like a kid. But I'm wondering if, like you said, everybody needs a friend. And that was something that was repeated by the kid as well, or that the kid actually said to him initially. And he repeated it back to him now. He's making this friend. He's treating him like a child in a way to manipulate him and get what he wants out of the situation. But I wonder if that's going to be his way back to rediscovering his humanity in the long term. I think that'd be a really interesting path to take. Meanwhile, you have some of the other kids, like this redhead as well, who, you know, she's the one that's questioning everything too, as more than anybody else right now. It's like, why did we not get to pick our names? Why did they change our faces? Why did they make us adults? Why did we have no say in anything that's going on right now? You know, and she's really struggling with this. We see her looking into the mirror, and in her mind, she's struggling to reconcile what she's seeing with who she used to see. And now she's like poking her eye, you know, testing and prodding, like, what's even real about me? Can I feel any of this? Is this me anymore? What am I? Who am I? Am I still me? It makes me think of like Terminator, or more specifically, what was the recent Terminator series we reacted to, the anime that was on Netflix. That was a brilliant series, but some similar things happened out in that. And then there's like, you know, Invincible with Donald and stuff like that. You know, this discovery is like, she going to start like peeling away the skin and stuff like that, expose herself? Is she going to embrace like what is left of her? Is she going to like crumble? Is she going to freak out? Is she not going to be able to have her mind reconcile with the fact that it is now in this machine and it's no longer flesh and blood? You know, the other one that went to go meet our boy genius, she's all on board with everything. She's like, I've got ideas. You know, Wendy, she's the first. You know, in my experience, you kind of always toss out the first one when she's talking about her dad and the pancakes. And it's true of technology. The first iteration is rarely the one you should really jump out and go by, because it's going to be the one that's really kind of testing everything out. And you'll get those patch updates. You'll get those refinements in the later versions and whatnot. So Wendy just being the first one, yeah, it's special, but she's in all likelihood going to be the least advanced of the crew, and she's so focused on her brother. She has not detached herself from what was, and she's like looking forward into the road ahead. She's like, I'm thinking about the world. I'm thinking about, you know, how I can make it better, you know, coming up with ideas. And she's like, hey, I might even take your place. And now he's like sitting there. I was like, okay, because this is what he was wanting. This is what he was hoping for. Now he's going to be kind of, you know, assisting her. He was like, here, I want you to read this, this, and this, and this, and we'll see how this goes. You're not exactly my favorite yet, but you're in the running now. You're at least in the race, where she wasn't before. So now it's almost a competition between them, unknowingly, between certain members in the group. Like it's just interesting that we have this wide array of like reactions to the life they're living. Like I said, the two guys that were, you know, messing around in the egg room, like they're just kind of still behaving like kids, you know, speculating, being fearful, you know, well, is this guy going to come find us in our sleep and kill us or whatever? You know, like these little worries and scares and fears and whatnot. But they're still acting like children, almost completely unfazed by a lot of the changes. Then you have like Wendy, who's just so fixated on the past, her brother, and reestablishing that connection. Our redhead here, who is like almost, I think, potentially on the verge of maybe crumbling, or really kind of like being at friction or at odds with the changes, and then one that's fully accepted it all and is embracing what comes with that. And then on top of that, through all the humans in this, you see a wide array of reactions from the doctors, you know, actually treating them like people, actually caring for them, versus our boy genius. Again, I can never remember his name. The way he's still kind of treating them as just these playthings. Like, yes, he acknowledges that they think like children, but he's like, they're still capable of all these great things. Just because they're kids, that doesn't mean we should be holding them back, which I think is his own way of like acknowledging himself, because he still thinks of himself as a child, and he still, like, everybody else calls him a kid as well. And that, you know, it shows in his personality and his like philosophy as well. You know, he's trying to maintain that attachment to his imagination and that childlike whimsy that comes with that. And that's what he's trying to instill in all of them. And then you have Kirsch, who is still just completely treating them as synthetics. He's trying to break them away from their humanity almost. So you have so many different reactions to all of this. And then Morrow, who's almost seeing them as this weird mirror reflection of who or what or he could be. You know, what even is he? Like, I think, like, because of what people have told him he is, or the people that reacted to him in the way that he is, he's almost created a narrative in his own mind about whatever's gone on, like that he's got no choice of the matter anymore, and that he might as well just live into the role, or there's no other options. This is the only life allotted to him. There's a lot of fun stuff we got with that. And then you also just have the injection of not only just the synthetics themselves as an entity, as a life form, or whatever you want to call them, and then you have all these xenospecies we just brought into this facility to start experimenting with, start playing with, start fiddling with. And we don't really understand that, going back to the food chain conversation before, because it's almost like two different things here at play, whether it be the synthetics or the xenomorphs against humanity as well, and which extension is going to take over or override the other. And now we're just kind of playing with this. At least I'm glad that even though he was like, ooh, egg, with our boy Genius Man just about to stick his whole ass face in it, Kirsch saved his ass, got him out of there. So knowing that and observing that, they respond to organic matter. And he's like, no, we can only be in here. That's the only safe way to do it, is to have us in here. But then Wendy, and only Wendy, this is the thing I'm kind of like very curious about, is like why only Wendy can hear in on the xenomorph frequency. She's the only one that mentioned it, only one that reacted to it when we went to go to retrieve the crashed items from the ship itself. And she's the only one hearing it now. And when this facehugger was being dissected, she was being crippled with pain. So she's in on whatever frequency that they are operating on, which is a great little thing too, because she's going to be able to, at least in some way, it seems like maybe even bridge the gap between us and the xenomorph in a fun, fascinating way. If she can feel what it feels, hear what they, you know, their communication relay or whatever, because it was responding to, as the one was being cut up, they were also, you know, there was wriggling going on in the eggs that were still sealed up as well. So maybe we're going to dive into a little bit of like what and how the xenomorphs operate, feel, connect, communicate. You know, the comics go into it a little bit, but maybe we're going to be diving into that a little bit more here. We've never really, can't think that we've ever really dove into it much in the films, if ever, just off of just coming to mind. But we've got ourselves a full-on Jurassic Park setup, though. We got all of our species here on this locked-off island. We have one guy coming in to try to retrieve it all for Weyland-Yutani. And I have to imagine, again, with the hubris of man, and hell, maybe even the hubris of machine at this point, things may go awry. And then we'll have ourselves a little life finds a way moment here. I'm excited to see where all this goes. Again, like I said, I really love the conversation at play with this show. I think they're doing a really good job with that element of it, and it's my favorite aspect of it. And, you know, while I think the first two episodes were a little overall kind of messy, I think this one did a really good job at, you know, once all the setups out of the way, this episode I feel like was way more consistent the entire way through, and, you know, didn't have nearly as many pacing issues or anything else that I kind of bumped into with the first set of episodes. So once we got all that out of the way, this episode was just, I don't know. I thought this one was an efficient, lovely little episode with a lot of fun stuff going on there, expanded upon the ideas that came before. You know, we got the brother here on the island as well. His lung is being used to kind of experiment with this creature as well, this embryo they pulled out of the facehugger that they've dissected. And speaking of the brother, I want to kind of circle back on this because I almost forgot about it. I do want to kind of go back to like at least like I said, like my reactions, you know, when we're sitting here in the moment, you're getting my in the moment feelings towards some of these things. You're watching this as I'm watching it. So I don't have the benefit of reflection of time. You know, sometimes I can work some things out in the post discussion. You know, once I kind of talk through some things might click, things might change versus my understanding as they are unfolding. Or sometimes that gap, if it's a show that allows us to have a gap, gaps between episodes will allow me to kind of process things. And one of those things is the brother. You know, I was talking about how I was a little disarmed by his lack of reactions, or the way that he reacted to certain things in the last set of episodes. And one of the things that kind of came through my mind after the fact was when I was looking at it through it again, and I've also rewatched the episodes and whatnot, and then after talking with Ronan about it on his live stream the other day too, you know, it's one of the things was that I didn't really consider. Also, I read a lot of the comments for the first 2 episodes as well, you know, and so a lot of this too was some reframing or some different perspectives that helped me kind of really kind of process certain things. You know, just looking back through it too, it was way more obvious after the fact as well, is that obviously he's depressed. He may even borderline be checked out. You know, he's the last in his family. He's got nobody else in his life. The one little thing that he was hoping for was that maybe he could go to school, and then that got denied. So he's going to miss out on that scholarship, on that free ride. He's going to miss that altogether because the company will not let him go. And if Romulus is any indication, even if he works up his contract, they will probably game the system just to make sure his contract is extended. I don't think he's ever going to get out of that contract without any extenuating circumstances. You know, he thinks his family's gone, his sister's gone, his dreams are being taken away from him. So I think he just locks in, you know, because he's, you know, if he goes down, if there's an accident or whatever, I think he's just kind of done. I think he's done with everything. I think he was just done with life. And so, yeah, I think that helps me understand that a lot more because, you know, there was that jolt, that fight or flight that did kick in once he actually did get face to face with the creature. You know, he's just looking at the dead bodies, he's still got this distance from it because it's not actually a present threat. You know, it's obviously it's an imminent threat, but not a present threat. And I think like he's just not there. Plus, being a medic, obviously, he's seen some crazy shit. And one of the things too that I forgot about completely is that I've always worked under the assumption, for whatever reason, that the xenomorph was the first alien life form that was encountered by any of the human species in this, other than what Weyland-Yutani has secretly kept to themselves, because we know that they, at least as a company, has been working with these creatures for a really long time, in the history of the films at least. But when it comes to like the wider public, I wasn't really sure what aliens were like in the grand scheme of things. But as I was reminded, in Aliens, the Marines there thought they were coming in for yet another bug hunt. So there are, you know, humans have interacted with alien species over the course, just nothing quite like the xenomorphs. I always forget that. Was this a crazy situation? Sure, but maybe not something completely out of this world until face to face with this giant freaking creature. So I just wanted to address some of that. So like in hindsight, like I do retroactively feel like the brother was a lot more understandable once I had some distance to kind of process everything a little bit more. And especially in this episode, I feel like his reactions made a lot more sense, especially now that Marcy is back in his life. You could see him like taking action, you know, you could see the rush, you could see all of these things kind of light up that were kind of absent before, because I feel like that was an indication of his, maybe even his desire to survive. And now having been reunited with her, now he's almost kind of a little more present about trying to actively participate in everything that's going on. Like there's a fire that's been reignited. With the kids, it wasn't even like the problem with it. I didn't really have an issue with it. Like I completely understand they're kids in these bodies acting in these situations. And yes, the reactions were as I would expect a kid to be. It was just the tone, I think, that I was just caught off guard with. It was more that I was caught off guard with the tone at hand with that. So it was a little jarring to kind of get through that. But that expectation has now been set, which is why in this episode, I don't think I was really bothered by it at all. I was just like, you know, going into this alien project, and then this is kind of being the thing that we're dealing with, or the way that people are, you know, the types of interactions that we're having. Like it was just, honestly, it was very jarring. Now I will stand by the editing thing. I do think there were some really goofy ass choices. I still cannot take either of those flashback moments seriously at all. And that Sid thing still kills me. That I still can't believe is a real frame. And then the memory bubble, goofy as all hell. I will still stand by that. I still think so. I still think it has some pacing and editing issues and some choices that I really feel like probably should not have been made. They didn't work for me. They seem to have worked for some people. But again, like I said, overall, like I even said last week, overall, I think more worked than not for me. Once you say something negative, for some people that apparently erases all of the other positive things you talked about in the episode. But sorry, I wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to get vent a little bit. But anyway, guys, fantastic episode. This is my favorite we've gotten so far, I think. So I'm excited to see where it goes, man. As I've said, I'm looking forward to seeing how this has, where this takes the conversation at hand, how this is going to spiral beautifully out of control. But with that all said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you guys. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Or if you want to see the full length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Angela Burr, Adriana Amelie, and Lily Chan Son. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors here on the channel. Help us sponsor and support some of the rescues we've been taking care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help. And as always, I want to shout out our channel legends: Eric Official, Adam Myers, Angel Hernandez, Annoying Waffle, Anthony, Armando Rasage, Ash, Captain Hoodie, Carrie Eckerl, Casey Wood, Christopher Anderson, Clara V, Cody Witch, Cody Vineyard, Corey Curry, Cosmonito, Craig Lozo, Cyber, Sid, Dairy Products, Daisy Damasius, David Furstenberg, David, Denise Mauricio, Eliottam Gidney, Ethan Denise, Fred Forlot, Given Lewis, Gregory Toner, Havoc, It's Mushi, Jack Maltme, Jade, Jake Doherty, Jake Contrell, Jen, Jose Hernandez, Joshua Gunnell, Julia Barrera, Cato, Kane Osra, Carmen Wilmot, Leo, Liam Harrell, Lily Chan Son, Lily Bullock, Luca Van Zeeland, Mandy Shara, Max Buchek, Mel Fernal, Muggy Holes, Nikki Demus, Nikki G, Noodle Foodle, Ollie Hodges, Pam R, Paul Brown, Philly J, Robert Anguionu, Ross Lingard, Russell Crockett, Ryan Morris, Scotty, Sewer Rat, Shilio, Silvertail Moon, Sleepy, Snahali, S. Wills, Tyler Rayner, Uncle Tony, Your Course Scott V, Vivi, Wallace Silvas, Wazlek, Your Boy G-Man, and Zach Hills. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for the guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.